Magandang umaga mga kaibigan, kayo po ay nakikinig sa pinakabagong programa ngayon sa radyo, ang Trending Balita, mga dapat malaman para sa bayan. Isa sa mga trending topics ngayon sa radyo man o telebisyon ang rice smuggling. Isang usaping apektado di lamang ang gobyerno, ngunit higit ang mga magsasaka natin. Malimit ding tanong ng mga ordinaryong mamamayan, may rice shortage nga ba? Patuloy kasi ang pag-import natin ng bigas mula sa mga karatig bansa natin sa Asia. Bigas ang staple food ng mga Pilipino, pero paano na kung sobrang mahal nito? Problema din para sa mga nagda-diet. May type of rice ba for kanin lovers? Ngayong Sabado ng umaga, Usapang Bigas ang Trending Balita. At para maliwanagan tayo tungkol sa usaping ito, narito ako ngayon sa International Rice Research Institute dito sa Los Baños, Laguna para kausapin ang isang eksperto. Kasama natin ngayong umaga ang isa sa mga researcher ng IRRI para dagdagan ang ating kaalaman. Ano-ano ba ang mga ginagawa nila dito hindi lamang sa aspeto ng plant breeding, ngunit maging sa malawakang kampanya laban sa kahirapan. Maaari din po kayong makilahok at magpadala ng inyong mga katanungan sa pamamagitan ng pag-tweet o pag-post ng inyong mga tanong sa aming Facebook page at Twitter account. Just search for Trending Balita Radio. Ang ating resource person ngayong umaga ay 4 na taon nang nagtatrabaho dito sa IRRI. Ang kanyang field of expertise ay plant breeding, genetics at biotechnology. Siya ay kasali sa mga proyekto gaya ng germplasm utilization for value-added crops at Korean seed multiplication project. Mga kaibigan, Mr. Gideon Torollo. Tayo ay nasa IRRI. Saang location tayo exactly?
Nasa Hemi building along screenhouse areas.
Screenhouse.
So,
Anong mga nandyan sa screenhouse?
usually, ito yung mga projects na kailangan controlled. These are controlled environments. So, usually, ito yung mga experiments sa insects
Okay.
or on wild rice. So, bawal siyang ilabas.
Okay. So, first and foremost, dun sa ating mga tagapakinig na hindi familiar sa IRRI, ano ba ang ginagawa ng IRRI?
So IRRI is the non-government organization. This is funded by different philanthropic organizations like Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Ford Foundations, and other foundations and other government agencies all over the world. Most of them are coming from Asia, Africa, US, and Latin Americas, and also Europe.
Okay. So, pwede mo bang i-share sa amin yung mga projects that you are currently involved in?
Since I'm working with plant breeding, genetics and biotechnology division, I'm a researcher from IRRI almost 4 years. So we've been doing research in tropical japonicas. These are rice which are small or bold grains coming from temperate areas like countries like Korea, Taiwan, Japan, like in Iran also. And then these were locally produced 5 years ago, since the first variety was released last 2009. And then, but the project itself started 20 years ago.
Okay, so sino yung mga main beneficiaries ng project?
The main beneficiaries are farmers since we have 20 hectares in Bohol province. The variety was released last 2009. We encourage the farmers to plant japonicas. This japonica is MS11, the locally known as Masagana 11. Masagana 11 is has improved grain quality. In terms of duration, it has a 110 days rice. income generation, since it's expensive in the market. And then although there are a lot of indicas these indicas are the long grain ones, the one that we're eating, Filipinos, Bangladeshi, Indians, and most of the Southeast Asians.
Okay. So income generating siya for farmers. Do you provide them the seeds for free or?
Yeah. We provide through PhilRice. So through PhilRice and IRRI. PhilRice is a government agency. These are Philippine Rice Research Institute. But the main branch is in Central Luzon. So it's in Nueva Ecija.
Okay.
So we have collaborations in PhilRice and also in the Department of Agriculture and another university as well in Benguet State.
So with your work sa pagiging researcher, how do you disseminate information to farmers? Do you have a separate department doing that?
What we are doing that is in Social Sciences Division. We ask them to have a PBS, participatory variety selection. So we invited farmers, maybe about 50 farmers, and then they will visit the field and then check which varieties or which lines that they want. And then
When you say field, you mean here in IRRI? Or?
yeah, in IRRI or in other areas which have farmers field also. So because they are the one who they are the end consumers.
Dahil sa mga studies ng IRRI, natutulungan nila ang mga magsasaka na makapag-produce ng short-grained rice o yung bigas na madalas bilhin ng mga turistang Hapones at Koreano dito sa Pilipinas. Dahil dito, mas nagiging competitive sila at tumataas pa ang kanilang kita. Maliban dito, patuloy ding pinag-aaralan ng IRRI ang pagkakaroon ng flood-tolerant rice variety.
It's a submergence area. Usually, they have it planted. We have also anaerobic germination, submergence areas, but this area is submergence plat. And I think it's a 30-day-old seedlings. They screened it if these varieties or these lines are tolerant to submergence.
So submergence meaning itong variety na to, it can withstand
flooded conditions.
So when it comes to, for example, yung sa Yolanda survivors in Tacloban, have you worked with them? Parang provide them with...
Actually, 2 months ago, the Public Relations Office released about 3 tons of rice seeds. These seeds are in collaboration with PhilRice also, because we could not actually have that bigger amount of seeds to donate in Yolanda. Since IRRI is not a rice production area, we subject our seeds to PhilRice for dissemination and for seed increase.
Okay.
The most famous submergence variety is IR64 sub 1. So this has the genes of submergence, the sub 1 gene. So they call it sub 1 gene.
Is it available in the market?
Yeah, it's available.
Saang area sa Philippines usually do we get large or increased harvest in submerged seeds?
It's in Mindanao, it's in Agusan.
Okay.
So Agusan is a flood-prone province, and we usually do the test in Agusan and Lote. So in Butuan, that area.
Okay.
We have also multi-environment trial. We have it in 5 locations or 5 to 7 locations all over the Philippines. So the primary is in Nueva Ecija, since it's the rice grander in the Philippines, and then in Bohol, in Iloilo, in Agusan, in Cotabato, in Cabacan also, and in Mindoro.
Okay. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Tulad nga po ng nasabi ko kanina, tayo ngayon ay nandito sa International Rice Research Institute or IRRI kasama ang ating panauhing eksperto sa Usapang Bigas, si Mr. Gideon Torollo. So, kanina ay nandun kami sa labas para tingnan yung sampling ng submerged rice. Ngayon naman, pag-uusapan natin kung ano bang epekto nitong napapabalitang rice smuggling sa agriculture industry sa tingin mo, Gage?
Siyempre, napakalaking epekto na ito. Specifically sa mga farmers, because they're the ones na nagtatanim, tapos onti lang yung kinikita. So, yung kumikita nito ay middleman, and yung nasa pinaka-taas. So, ang laki ng effect ng smuggling sa Pilipinas since 1960s pa. And then it has about I think $1 billion na losses. Not only rice but other commodities also.
Are we still importing rice from other countries?
Yes. But it was reduced, say, after 2009. So, since the government has a program of the self-sufficiency rice, last year, 2013, this was reduced for about a half compared before when Arroyo was there also. And since Noy Noy has a program which has the rice self-sufficiency of 2013, the rice production areas was increased for about 20%. So ngayon, medyo okay na, stable na. Pero nagba-vary pa rin sa season by season, since we experience 20 typhoons every year. So it greatly affects na yung yield, yung harvest ng mga farmers. So, onti na lang yung ma-harvest nila, specifically during wet season. So, by that time, usually wet season is October, and then October and November harvesting time. So, kung mapapansin nyo, mas okay yung supply for the month of April, May, June, since harvesting time yan. But when September, October, November, medyo not really that much. The supply is just not stable. It's enough. So the government should import at least to siguro parang
mabalance lang yung supply and demand. So you talked about wet season, having typhoon. So you told me a while ago yung tungkol sa mga submerged seeds, yung flood-tolerant na variety. So, how far are we in that cultivation process na pwede na ba nating gawing balance yung supply ng rice as we increase yung harvest ng flood-tolerant varieties?
Yes, actually, may tayo dyan, experience, not specifically sa Mindanao, as what I've said kanina sa Agusan. And then, may mga facts tayo dyan compared sa India kasi, it's a flood-prone area, flood-prone country. So, most of these submergence rice are there in India. But in the Philippines, only few provinces which experienced flooded conditions. Also in Nueva Ecija, or could be in Agusan, or some parts of the Visayas.
Ngayon naman, sasagutin natin yung mga tanong ng ating mga listeners through our Facebook page and Twitter account. So they're very curious about rice. We were talking a while ago about varieties, diba? So meron tayong isang listener na nagtatanong kung meron ba daw substitute for jasmine rice na much affordable? Kasi yun yung preferred ng husband niya, maybe because of the quality. So, meron ba tayong pwedeng isuggest sa kanya na pwedeng alternative?
Okay. Actually, we have a lot of rice, not only jasmine. Jasmine is just, this jasmine rice came from Thailand. So, galing siyang Thailand. So, pinano lang sa atin kasi nga mas mabango siya, mas masarap, and sakto lang yung presyo. So, ngayon, yung IRRI is nag-release ng variety last 2 years ago. This is RC222. Kaso, it has a high yield, pero pangit yung quality. So, may bagong release ulit last year. This was RC238. It has a very good grain quality, good eating quality, and the yield also is very great. And maybe RC238 could be better. The jasmine itself is not only the brand name, not the exact name of the line or the variety. Kung gusto na yung mas mura and then mas masarap, marami naman pwedeng pagpilian. May produced from private companies like Jasponicas. These Jasponicas are also good grain, long grains, and then Miponica. These are much cheaper than jasmine rice.
So, talking about variety, meron ding nagtanong sa atin from Davao City again, from Reels Taghoy. He was asking about brown rice. Is there a way for regular varieties to be turned into brown rice, therefore much more nutritious than regular white rice?
All of the classes of rice could turn to be brown rice. So, kung sasabihin natin brown rice, dehilled lang siya. So, kinuha lang yung outer part, and then, yun na yun siya. So, kaya nga siya brown rice since yung endosperm andun pa rin. So, tatanggal lang yung hulled part, yung pinaka-outermost layer ng grain, yung sa grain. And then, but brown rice itself has a short storage. So, kailangan mo siyang store in a sealed container or in a plastic. Vacuum packed. And kahit anong rice pwedeng maging brown rice.
So for consumers like us, kasi ang brown rice sa market masyadong mahal.
Yeah.
So how can we afford brown rice na pwede namin i-sustain every day?
Actually, yung cost kasi ng brown rice mas mahirap sa pag-i-meal. So since i-adjust pa yan sa miller, yung ano niya, compared to the milled rice na white rice, na polished rice, mas madali kaysa sa brown rice. That is why kung brown rice kasi, yun nga, mas mahirap siyang i-process. It takes time. And then, although it very healthy, high in fiber, there are also alternative, but other than rice, you can have high fiber in pineapple, different crops.
So instead of spending so much money sa brown rice, we can get our daily fiber intake from other kinds of crops. How about advisable ba na you mix brown rice and regular rice?
Yeah, it's okay. Much better. You can have it. Mas makakatipid din.
Last year, IRRI launched a campaign dubbed as Be Rice-Sponsible. Ito ay naglalayong himukin ang mga individual na magsagawa ng mga konkretong hakbang para maiwasan ang rice wastage. Therefore, maiwasan din ang rice shortage. Ayon sa latest reports, umaabot sa 3 kilo ng bigas ang nasasayang ng bawat Pilipino sa isang taon. Kulang-kulang 5,820,000 sacks of rice. Suhestyon ng IRRI, magsaing lamang ng sapat. Iwasang magtira o magtapon ng kanin. Maaari ring mag-conserve ng bigas sa pamamagitan ng paghalo dito ng extenders katulad ng patatas, mais at kamote. Sa katunayan, sa cafeteria ng IRRI, isiniserve ang kanin na may extenders tuwing Martes at Huwebes at brown rice naman tuwing Lunes, Miyerkules at Biyernes. Para sa mga kanin lovers, mainam ang brown rice o iba pang klase ng wild rice. At para naman sa mahilig sa aromatic na jasmine rice, mainam ding substitute ang jasponica or miponica rice. Marami pa po kayong mga tanong sa Facebook at Twitter pero sad to say wala na po tayong oras ngayon. Kaya naman pinapasalamatan natin si Mr. Gideon Torollo sa kanyang oras. At pagpapatuloy po natin itong talakayan natin tungkol sa bigas sa mga susunod nating episode sa Trending Balita. Bye!